Have you ever thought that the vitamins you take every day to stay healthy might actually be weakening your legs? What if I told you that 3 popular supplements, trusted by millions of seniors, could silently be stealing your strength and independence? Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could change the future of your mobility and your life. You might be taking 3 popular vitamins every single day, believing they're keeping you strong, when in reality, they could be quietly weakening your legs and threatening your independence. It's a common belief among seniors. More supplements must mean better health. But the truth is, not all supplements are helpful. And for those over 60, some can even be dangerously harmful. Today, we need to talk about 3 specific vitamins. Vitamins that, when taken excessively or unnecessarily, can weaken your muscles, harm your balance, increase your risk of fractures, falls, and even lead to permanent loss of mobility before it's too late. Let's uncover what these vitamins are, why they're hazardous, and most importantly, what you can do instead to protect your strength and freedom. 1. The silent muscle weakener, vitamin E. For decades, vitamin E has been praised as a miracle supplement. Many seniors take it daily, believing it will help maintain youthfulness, heart health, skin elasticity, and even slow the aging process. But here's the paradox. The very supplement marketed to prolong life could be quietly robbing seniors, especially those over 60, of their ability to live it fully. Unlike vitamin C and other water-soluble nutrients, vitamin E is fat-soluble. That means it doesn't simply pass through your body. Instead, it accumulates, slowly but steadily, in the liver and in fat tissues. Over time, high levels of vitamin E start interfering with vital bodily functions, especially those related to muscle strength and coordination. When taken in high amounts, particularly doses exceeding 400 IU daily, a typical amount in many over-the-counter supplements, vitamin E can quietly trigger problems. At first, the signs are subtle. A little extra effort to rise from a chair, feeling dizzy when turning quickly, getting more tired than usual while walking through the supermarket. It's easy to shrug off these signs, blaming them on normal aging. But sometimes, the root cause is far more dangerous and completely preventable. Research shows that too much vitamin E can disrupt neuromuscular function, impair muscle metabolism, and for seniors whose muscle mass is already naturally declining with age, this interference can cause significant weakness, especially in the legs. Left unchecked, this gradual weakening could eventually lead you to rely on a cane, a walker, or even a wheelchair. Not because of aging alone, but because of a slow, nearly invisible breakdown of the muscles supporting your hips and knees. And it doesn't stop there. High vitamin E intake can also thin the blood. This is particularly dangerous for older adults who are already on anticoagulant medications. The result? Increased risk of internal bleeding, easy bruising, and a dramatically higher risk of serious injury from even a minor fall. Imagine tripping just once, and your legs are too weak to catch you. Your body too vulnerable to recover. That's the frightening truth most people never hear about. The most unsettling part? There are no warning labels on this. The weakening happens slowly, silently. No flashing red signs. No loud alarms. Just a gradual loss of strength. A slight increase in fatigue. Easy to dismiss. Easy to ignore. until it's too late. This isn't about fear. This is about awareness. The human body is remarkable, resilient, but it's also delicate when it comes to balance. What worked for your body at 30 years old could actually harm you at 70. That's why supplementing needs to be approached with care, especially as you age. And it's not just about habit. Especially as we get older, it becomes critical to pause and ask ourselves an important but difficult question. If I've been taking vitamin E without my doctor's specific recommendation, especially at higher doses, is this helping me or quietly harming me? And beyond that, what other common supplements could be subtly weakening my strength and independence without me even realizing it? Because if one supposedly healthy vitamin can have such damaging effects, what about the others? Let's move to the next hidden threat. And you might find this one even more surprising. 2. The hidden saboteur of your bones and muscles, vitamin A. Lurking in plain sight. Vitamin A is another silent danger many seniors unknowingly invite into their daily routines. This is the very same vitamin A that so many older adults rely on for immune support, to protect their skin, and to preserve their vision. For decades, it's been commonly believed that vitamin A is essential for healthy aging. And yes, in proper, balanced amounts, it absolutely is. But here's the catch. Many seniors are unaware that excessive vitamin A consumption, especially over long periods of time, can quietly start undermining health instead of promoting it. You see, as we age, our bodies process nutrients differently. Our muscles don't recover as quickly. Our bones naturally lose density. Our internal systems slow down. The margin for error becomes much, much smaller. And just like vitamin E, vitamin A is fat-soluble, which means it does not flush out easily through urine like water-soluble vitamins. Instead, it accumulates silently in your liver and soft tissues over time. And when vitamin A levels climb too high, which happens surprisingly easily thanks to multivitamins, cod liver oil, and fortified foods, the damage begins. One of the most alarming consequences of long-term vitamin A overload is its impact on bone health. Research has shown high vitamin A levels accelerate bone loss, especially in critical areas like the hips and legs. And the bones most vulnerable? They are the very same bones responsible for your ability to move, to balance, and to live independently. Even a slight increase in bone fragility can turn an ordinary stumble into a devastating fracture, especially for seniors whose bones are already thinner and more brittle with age. But the danger doesn't stop at your skeleton. Too much vitamin A also weakens the muscles that stabilize and strengthen your legs. Gradually, walking feels harder than it used to. Fatigue creeps into your hips and thighs. Persistent aches set in. A growing weakness begins to take hold. At first, these symptoms are easy to brush off. After all, we're taught that tiredness and aches are just part of getting older. But what if they're not? What if that daily vitamin you take, believing it's protecting you, is actually contributing to your struggles? Even worse, vitamin A toxicity doesn't make a big scene. It doesn't shout its presence with dramatic symptoms. Instead, it whispers, slowly, steadily, changing the course of your life in subtle ways. You start sitting more often than standing. Stairs seem steeper and more daunting. You find more reasons to stay home rather than enjoy a walk around the neighborhood. At first, these adjustments seem minor. But over time, they reshape your life, dimming your confidence, shrinking your activity level, and quietly stealing your independence. The reality is, No vitamin should be taken casually, especially after the age of 60 or 70. Our nutritional needs evolve over time. And the things that once nourished us can start to harm us if we're not careful. That's why awareness matters. That's why it's worth asking the hard questions. Is what I'm doing today still what my body needs today? Because sometimes, to protect our future independence, we have to rethink the habits we've trusted for so long. 6 begins to interfere with your body's ability to send signals through the nerves. The result? Peripheral neuropathy, a devastating condition for many seniors. Vitamin B6 toxicity can lead to numbness, weakness, loss of coordination, and severe balance issues. You might start to feel clumsy. Your feet might not land where you expect. You trip over nothing. You hesitate on stairs. You withdraw from social events out of fear of falling. And the worst part? Sometimes, even after you stop taking the vitamin, the nerve damage is permanent. The numbness, the weakness, they may linger, leaving you with long-term challenges that could have been avoided. The emotional toll is just as devastating as the physical. Because our legs aren't just about mobility. They represent freedom, dignity, independence. When your legs fail you, it's not just harder to walk. It's harder to walk into your doctor's office without assistance. It's harder to stroll through a park. It's harder to simply stand in your kitchen and prepare a meal. Your whole world starts to shrink. And sometimes, all because of a habit that was meant to help you, but instead stole your confidence, your safety, and your freedom. And let me be very clear. This is not a rare, isolated issue. Concerns about vitamin B6 toxicity are growing, especially among older adults who are more likely to take multiple supplements daily. Without realizing it, you could be building up toxic levels of a vitamin you believed was harmless, or even helpful. That's why awareness is power. Because the right knowledge can save your independence. It can protect your mobility. And it can give you the confidence to keep walking strong, without fear, without doubt. Many people assume that anything labeled as a vitamin must automatically be safe. But the truth is, even vitamins must be handled with care and wisdom. Because what once gave your body energy and vitality at one stage of life could slowly begin to harm it at another. After exploring the hidden dangers of vitamins E, A, and B6, one thing becomes very clear. The belief that more is better can often do more harm than any pill itself. But this isn't where the story ends. Because every single day, countless seniors experience a weakening of their legs. And sometimes it's not because of a vitamin at all. It's due to something even more common. A habit of living that is so familiar, it's often completely overlooked. Let's talk about that next. For what this means for you are more than just a vitamin warning. Reading a list of vitamin cautions can feel impersonal, like it's happening to someone else. But this is personal. This is about you. Someone who has lived through seasons of change, overcome obstacles, gathered a lifetime of wisdom and experience. This is about recognizing that as your body and its needs evolve over time, even the routines you once trusted, even the habits you believed were helping, must be re-evaluated. Wanting to do what's best for your health is not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's a sign of wisdom and strength. You're here now because you want to stay strong, to remain active, to continue living independently. But here's the difficult truth. Some of the very supplements you take faithfully every morning, perhaps with your coffee, as part of a well-worn routine, could actually be undermining your balance, your leg strength, and the independence you fought your whole life to protect. When leg strength starts to fade, it's rarely dramatic at first. It might show up in tiny ways. A small hesitation before stepping off a curb. Needing an extra push to rise from a chair. Choosing the elevator instead of the stairs. Not out of laziness, but because your legs just don't feel as steady anymore. You begin making small, silent adjustments to your life. Moving less. Avoiding activities you once loved. Structuring your days around limitations rather than possibilities. At first, it seems minor, an inconvenience. But slowly, the body adapts to this new way of living. Muscles begin to shrink. Bones grow more brittle. Confidence diminishes. And with that comes a sharply increased risk of falls, fractures, and the devastating loss of independence. And here's the most frustrating part. Illness isn't always the cause. Aging isn't always the cause. Sometimes, these gradual changes stem from decisions made with the best intentions. Decisions made without the right guidance. You weren't warned that too much vitamin A could quietly erode your bone strength. That too much vitamin E could slowly sap the power from your legs. That taking high doses of vitamin B6 for an energy boost could numb the very nerves that allow you to walk safely. You didn't know. But now, you do. And knowledge, real, empowering knowledge, is not a burden. It's a gift. It's a tool. And it puts you back in control of your health and your future. Because here's the truth. You have more power than you realize. By reviewing your supplements with your doctor. Asking the right questions. Listening to the quiet signals your body has been trying to send you. You can take strong, decisive steps to protect your legs, your strength, your freedom, and your dignity. It's not too late. It is never too late to make a change. And every change you make today brings you closer to the strong, independent life you deserve tomorrow. Choosing differently today can make all the difference for tomorrow. Because the truth is, your body is still capable of strength, healing, and carrying you powerfully into the years ahead. If you give it the care and attention it needs now. So pause for a moment. Really think. Take a good, honest look at what you're putting into your body each day. Because the choices you make today will shape the quality of your life tomorrow. They will determine whether you live with strength and independence, or slowly lose what you've worked so hard to preserve. Speaking of tomorrow, there's still one more reality we must face. Inactivity and prolonged sitting. The silent habits of modern life. We don't talk about them enough. We don't take them seriously enough. But the truth is, they may be doing more harm to your health than any vitamin could ever cause. The slow, quiet way that inactivity chips away at your strength, your mobility, your independence. It's something we must address. And soon. We'll explore that next. 5. Now that you know. What should you do? Now that your eyes are open. Now that you know the risks hidden in your daily routines. The next question is the most important of all. What can I do to protect the life I've worked so hard to build? Your strength. Your freedom. Your dignity. The answer isn't found in guilt or fear. It's found in something far more powerful. Consciousness. Because awareness is the first step to real, lasting change. It's not about beating yourself up over past decisions. It's about using the wisdom you have now to make better choices moving forward. And it starts here. Step 1. Re-evaluate the supplements you're taking, carefully and calmly. Not in panic. Not in fear. But with purpose. Take a look at that bottle sitting on your kitchen counter. Your bathroom shelf, your bedside table. Ask yourself, have I ever really questioned what's inside this? Have I checked the dosage? Have I thought about whether I still truly need it? It's easy to be swayed by shiny labels promising anti-aging benefits, cognitive support, heart health. But remember, your body is unique. What's right for someone else may not be right for you. And especially at this stage of life, accuracy matters more than ever. Because even good things, in the wrong amounts, can quietly do harm over time. Step 2. Find a doctor who truly understands aging. Not every doctor is trained in the complexities of senior health. You deserve better. You deserve to have a conversation with a healthcare professional who understands how medications, nutrition, and lifestyle interact as we age. Takes the time to ask the right questions. Respects your desire to stay strong, active, and independent. Find someone who will partner with you, not just prescribe to you. Step 3. Get the right tests. Standard blood work doesn't always tell the full story. Ask for a complete nutrient panel. Checking vitamin levels. Checking for imbalances. Checking for any hidden excesses. Because numbers don't lie. If your body is holding on to too much, or if critical levels are out of balance, those numbers will tell you. And knowing the truth gives you the power to act before more serious problems take root. And finally, remember this essential truth. Your body prefers nourishment from real food, not pills. Whenever possible, meet your nutritional needs through whole, living foods. Lean meats, whole grains, fresh vegetables, healthy fats. These aren't just good options. They are nature's medicine. They're what your body was designed to thrive on. Supplements have their place, but they should support a healthy lifestyle, not replace it. Because the path to real strength, real healing, and real independence, at any age, always begins with conscious, careful choices made today. Taking action now isn't a sign of fear. It's a declaration of strength. It's a bold statement that you respect your health enough to protect it. That you will not settle for mediocrity when clarity and change are still possible. You have journeyed too far, lived through too much, to allow preventable mistakes to steal your freedom, your security, or your mobility. But before we finish, there's one more silent threat we need to confront. One that can weaken your legs even if your vitamin balance is perfect. It's something almost everyone does, without even realizing it. And it could be shaping your future more than any supplement ever could. It's not found in a pill bottle. It's found in your daily habits. In how much you move. In how often you sit still. In the patterns that quietly, slowly erode your strength. Let's dive deeper. 6. A private message from one senior to another. There are some things you can only learn from time. And I've learned them. Through living over a century of change. Through seasons of love, of loss, of resilience. One of the biggest lessons? Disease is not the greatest threat to health as we age. No, it's something far quieter. It's the belief that decline is inevitable. I've watched too many friends, too many good people, surrender to weakness far too early. They blamed it on aging, without ever questioning the silent forces working against them. I've seen strong, vibrant individuals slowly lose their independence. And sometimes, it wasn't a dramatic illness that took them down. It was something as small, as seemingly harmless, as a daily habit, like a vitamin taken without understanding its effects. I speak to you today not as a scientist, not as a doctor, but as someone who has walked your road, someone who has felt the quiet terror of strength slipping away, the fear of facing a staircase alone, the chilling thought that one wrong fall could change everything. I've survived that season, and because of that, I'm speaking now. Not to scare you, but to wake you up. You still have power. You still have choices. Most importantly, you still have time. Time to protect your legs, your balance, your precious independence. Everyone wants a long life. But the real question we must ask ourselves is, how do we live strong lives? The answer isn't in chasing every new supplement on the market. It isn't in believing that more is always better. The secret is simpler and harder. Listen to your body. Pay attention to the small shifts. Notice the quiet changes. Trust the wisdom that only comes with age. It means having the courage to question old habits that no longer serve you. Change course when something doesn't feel right. Stay humble enough to keep learning. Stay strong enough to keep growing. Because let me tell you something I believe with all my heart. Growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. Yes, we may be slower. We may have silver in our hair. But our choices still matter. Our strength still matters. You have not lost your health. You are still shaping it, day by day. The freedom you enjoy tomorrow depends on the strength you protect today. So don't wait. Pay attention. Make wise choices. Walk forward with confidence and steady feet. Growing older isn't a loss. It's an entrance to a deeper, wiser kind of strength. One that relies more on insight than speed. And yet, despite all the wisdom that comes with experience, it's still easy to overlook the small things, the minor habits, the unnoticed routines, the healthy behaviors that quietly chip away at our well-being. Not all dangers arrive with warning signs. Sometimes they come dressed as helpful friends, as trusted habits, as harmless little pills swallowed out of faith rather than knowledge. But now you know better. And that knowledge is your power. Now you know. You understand that at this stage of your life, your body doesn't need more medication. It needs more care, more consciousness, more deliberate decision-making. You realize that your leg strength, steady gait, unshakable self-assurance aren't just physical attributes. They are emotional anchors, deeply woven into your sense of independence, into your dignity, into your very identity. When you begin to lose those things, you don't just lose strength. You lose freedom. You lose the simple, spontaneous pleasures of life. The peaceful stroll around the neighborhood. The joyful visit to your grandchildren. The quiet satisfaction of handling tasks on your own. These aren't luxuries. They are the small, sacred moments that make life rich. And they are worth fighting for. But make no mistake, this is not a story of loss. It is a story of awareness. And awareness gives you power. It gives you the ability to change the outcome before it's too late. You must live with attentiveness. But you don't have to live in fear. You must walk carefully. But you don't have to walk timidly. You must make conscious choices, not desperate ones. Pay close attention to the decisions you're making. Think twice before you take a supplement just because it promises health. Question the routines that have become automatic. Ask for advice from professionals who honor your history, your unique body, and your evolving needs. Above all, remember this. You have the power to shape your future. You deserve a tomorrow where you walk strong and steady. Your body supports the spirit within you. And the grace with which you meet challenges becomes your legacy, not the limitations. This is your opportunity. Not to do more. Not to try harder. But to choose what matters. Because aging does not mean surrendering. Aging means becoming wiser. And applied wisdom. Wisdom put into action may just be the most powerful medicine there is. The purpose of sharing these lessons, these messages, is simple. To encourage you to live fully, intentionally, joyfully. Now, I would love to hear from you. Take a moment. Think carefully. What is one thing you've learned today that you are committed to applying in your own life? Share it. Let's support each other on this journey of awareness, courage, and renewal. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with a 1. Just a simple number to let us know. If you didn't find it helpful, no worries, leave a 0. Your honest opinion matters deeply to us. Your feedback helps guide us, and your voice matters. For more videos like this one, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, and share it with someone you care about. Thank you so much for watching. And above all, thank you for choosing to live your life boldly, authentically, and on your own terms.